I've watched my fair share of videos of people talking about, is YouTube worth it? Is AuthorTube worth it? And they often come from the perspective of sharing, their income reports or how long it took them to get monetized or whatever their situation is. I'm going to share a slightly different perspective on it. As you can clearly tell if you're watching this video, this is a very small channel. At the time that I'm recording this, I have 112 subscribers, and I'm grateful for every single one of you. It's pretty cool to think that there are 112 people who decided to subscribe to my little channel. Along with that comes the reality that my videos tend to not get a ton of views, and yet I'm still here. In fact, I recently had a video, clearly I titled it wrong because it didn't make people want to click on it. Last I checked, it's holding steady at 1 view. That's not me fishing for, I'm not going to link it and say, hey, go watch it, go check it out. That's just me telling you the reality, and I'm taking that to heart when I make future videos that maybe people aren't interested in that particular topic, and that's really good to know. I'm not sure when exactly I started this channel. I mean, this channel existed in a different form before, and I kind of repurposed it into AuthorTube channel. I could go look and see when I posted my first AuthorTube video. The point is, though, that I've been doing this for a while, and, I'm certainly not monetized. The requirements for that require a heck lot more subscribers than I currently have. So I always kind of smile to myself when I see those, again, videos about YouTube where people are saying, oh, it took me a long time, like a year to get monetized. And I'm like, some of us it might take even longer, and we might not actually have the goal of being monetized. Maybe there's another reason to have a YouTube channel or an AuthorTube channel. Certainly if you look just at the metrics, it can be discouraging, right? Our brains, the way we work, we want to see growth every single time. We want to see, I posted a new video and it got a bunch of views and a bunch of likes and even more comments, and then the next one did even better, and the next one did even better, because we set that bar higher each time, right? Like our standard of what we'll be happy with. It's a moving target. If you are looking at it purely from metrics, boy, that's going to be hard, because there's always going to be a video that flops, right? Maybe you won't get just 1 view like I did, but there's always going to be some that aren't as popular as the others. So in that time, and when you're focusing on those metrics and they aren't what you want them to be, it can be very discouraging, and it also can feel like you're shouting into the void. Like right now it feels, not in a bad way, but it feels like I'm sitting by myself talking to a camera, which is exactly what I'm doing. I still can picture you all on the other side of that camera, but when it gets discouraging, you're like, I'm doing a totally bananas thing and I'm just talking to myself and no one's ever going to see this. But I'm suggesting today that the point of doing YouTube, especially for a creative like an author, someone who does creative projects that take a really long time to finish, the point of doing something like YouTube is that you can do a creative project that takes a really short time to finish. The process of making a video and the length of time that it takes in particular is so different from a book. So different. And that's part of what I love about it. That's part of why I create short videos, why I'm not trying to, learn cinematic techniques or anything like that. I want to sit down, I want to create something, I want to go in my computer and edit it and make it look how I want it to look, and then I want to hit publish and have it exist in the world. Because the reality with a book, of course, is that, well, that takes at least months in my world. We're showing up day after day, writing it, then you go through the editing process, then you have to make it polished and pretty with a nice cover and the whole package and all that good stuff. And the time that it takes to go from idea to finished item is significant. It requires persistence. The time it takes for this video to go from an idea to something complete that lives outside of me is a fraction of that. Maybe 1% of that time. Wow, I hadn't thought of it in terms of percent, but yeah, it might be 1%. So that's part of what makes it fun to record videos. I think also for myself, recording this part of my journey, the different highs and lows and the international move and all that kind of good stuff, it creates for myself a record, but also a body of work. So someday down the road, if this channel decides to grow, if I'm still here, still doing this, and it grows, people who discover it in 5 years might go, oh wow, look, there's a video from back when she was just talking about these ideas and now they're actually happening. So this is just encouragement to look at, if you are if you have a YouTube channel and you're watching this because you might be feeling discouraged, look at the folks who are watching your videos, who have subscribed to your channel, even if there's only 10 of them. Look at them and say like, wow, these are people who chose to be here, and you know, they thought this journey would be interesting and they wanted to get on board early. I think that's awesome. It's easier for people. It's kind of a weird paradox that once a channel starts to grow, it can grow faster and faster because it's like social proof. More people see, oh, other people subscribe, so maybe I should subscribe too. The ones who decide to be there early on, those are the real champs. Also, I think it's just great to practice creativity across different media, different formats, to do things that maybe you weren't good at. You know, I certainly see that in myself, that when I try something new and I don't do it perfectly, it can be very frustrating. Does that mean I shouldn't do it? Absolutely not. It's all the more reason that I should. It's great to practice being a beginner at things. Maybe making videos is something to be a beginner at. And if we talk about all of this in terms of our nervous systems, as I like to do here so often, I would say that this sort of low stakes creativity, you know, if you don't have 1 million subscribers, it's pretty low stakes to put a new video out there. There aren't suddenly going to be millions of eyeballs on it, judging it, or, you know, passing it along to their friends, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're having a viral moment and it's all out of control. In contrast, it's very low stakes to put out a video with 0 subscribers or even 100 subscribers and say like, some people might see this. Does it hurt me to be perceived at this level? No, it's actually quite safe. It's quite comfortable. I can do that. That fear of visibility, of being seen, is a very real thing for a lot of us in creative fields. You know, we want to share our work, but we're also sort of terrified of people seeing us. This is a great way to practice that. You don't even have to practice it in real time, right? You record a video, then you regulate yourself, then you post it online, then you regulate yourself, and you step away. Another thing about the nervous system angle of it all is that not everything we do needs to be optimized, monetized, you know, at its peak level of whatever. Some things can just be enjoyable, and that's really good for us. It's just quite simply good to do things without pressure, even if it is self-applied pressure. So if you're someone else who has a small audience, please take this as just some warm encouragement to keep going, keep doing what you're doing. In fact, I would say if you are someone who has a small audience and you watch this video because you were feeling discouraged, feel free to comment down below what your channel is about. If it's YouTube, if it's somewhere else, let us know what it is that you are creating, that you are hoping to slowly get more and more eyeballs on. That's all for me today. I'll see you next time.